All right, I'm live. I'm taking a little break. This is what I got done. I'm gonna chill for a little bit, relax, maybe turn the TV on. Then I'm gonna uh hopefully finish page two. Then I can wake up and be excited that it's done. I'll look at it and I'll be like, "Oh, that's right, I did that last night." Look at that. Here's page three. So they're looking through the doors. The doors will be black. All the enemies will be in white. I mean, you'll see the outline of the shapes. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Oh, I'm sorry, you probably couldn't hear me. So the doors will be black. Let me show you. Let me show you. This is called planning. Doors are black, which you can picture black doors on a fancy yacht, right? Big double black doors, and like if you're having a party, the servants come out, the waitresses, and so opening. So I had to make sure they look good side by side, and I think they do. This I gotta move this guy over in a little bit when I ink it. You know what I mean? I'll probably squeeze these guys in a little tighter, but that's not bad. So the doors will be black, so you'll see all the enemies in white. They're looking right through the doors. And then here's the dude like, "Hey, don't worry, I got it all." This dude's like, "Oh, I got it all worked out." You know what I mean? He's just kind of like, "Hey, I thought you said they want nothing would get past the 50 cals." And these guys are like, "Oh," and he's just like, he's all like full of himself. He's like, "Yeah, don't worry, I got it all worked out." He's got a big gun. And then, just joining. This is Archangels. This is a comic I'm working on, and then you know, that'll be cover page one, page two, page three, uh, and um, then I'm gonna do some pinup art. Well, it's gonna be included in the book, so taking a breather, man, working this out. Page three, right there. Rearrange some things because this was supposed to be at the top of page three, right here, but I threw this in up here instead. Like, it's hard to explain, or I don't know, or for whatever reason, some things shifted around. I got more onto this page than was on it before, and because it's bigger, it's more space for me to work. But yeah, so I'm gonna finish inking this tonight. Just got to do this panel, this panel, some details here and there, and his shadow down here on the ground. Uh, and whatever. Gonna be up late. I'm gonna grinding it out, grinding it out. So there's that. Page three, looking pretty solid, if you ask me. You know what I mean? I did a super rough, and held them up side by side. You know what I mean? To make sure that when you open you know what I mean, that the pages kind of complement each other. I was worried because of this diagonal little thing I did here, and this is where I'm not doing traditional. I'm breaking panels and doing all kinds of fancy panels, and normally you wouldn't really get away with that. I think in mainstream, starting out mainstream comics, they kind of make you do the traditional. It's like 9 panels, something like that. You know what I mean? Or 7 or 9 panels, all like no breaking panels. So I'm doing a little bit of artistic license, whatever. I'm doing black and white, so I got these thick borders because I got to take up as much space as possible. You know what I mean? I got to fill in some space here. So doing the thick black. I never did thick black borders. I always tried to do thin borders, but I saw somebody doing thick borders on I don't know, somebody else's some other small comic creator on YouTube, and I was like, that looks pretty cool. I'm gonna try it out, and I liked it. I got it on page one right there. You can see these thick panel borders. You can see them from where you're sitting, basically. So yeah, it looks pretty good side by side. This panel's kick butt, man. Better than the original sketch. So I'm documenting it, showing you guys that I'm hard at work, man, that I'm not playing around, that, I want to put out good material, and I'm going to come through. Believe me, I am. If I don't make enough money to where it's worth it, even for even like 10 grand for me would be worth it. It'd be a lot. I can live for a year on 10 grand. You kidding me? I'd be, it'd be a tight squeeze, but I could do it. And, you know, might have to go fishing a little bit. Might have to go fishing a little bit, fill my freezer with fish, or something, you know what I mean? Go hunting a little, but, I could pull it off. And, thing is, uh, no, I'm just saying, if I had 10 or if I don't, if I, and plus I'm going black and white most likely, and I think it looks good in black and white. I don't really think it needs color. You know what I mean? I think it's pretty tight. You know what I mean? So if I go black and white, 10 or 12 grand will be. If it's something like, I don't know, if I don't make enough money to make it worth it, I'll probably just refund everybody's money or something. Just be like whatever and hang it up for this comic anyway. And I don't know if there's any kind of stigma attached to me because I'm so loud and I'm so abrasive. But it's like other people can be abrasive. I just say what I want to say, which is usually I'm a pretty controversial person, so I can do stuff in secret under a pen name and not let anybody know my identity. And then it would stand on its own merit. You know what I mean? I hope Indiegogo is transparent and they'll, you know what I mean, and that things aren't rigged. That's all I can do is hope. But 5 pieces of artwork is not a lot of out of my life to find out, how this is going to do. I have other ideas for comic books too. I just think that this one has a lot of possibility, especially if in the future other artists step in. We bounce ideas off each other, and I can like hire some real pros to come in and do covers and stuff like that. And I don't know, and maybe even hire a co-writer or something, because I'm doing everything myself. But anyway, yeah. So there's that. I'm just showing you guys page 3 is ready. Hopefully I'll be starting on this page tomorrow night. And it's not that complicated, believe it or not. This panel is going to be a little difficult. I'm going to have to reference, some kind of heavy machine gun, like I think a 60 cal, like an old 60 cal from, Vietnam era. You know what I mean? But which a lot of different companies made parts for during the war for the 60 cal. My father was a door gunner, and his machine gun was a 60 cal, and he would tell me a little bit about it anyway. So he would talk about how he didn't like the tripod mount, so he would hang it from a chain in the door because he had more motion. You could just swivel, it would just hang on the chain, and he could just swivel it around wherever he wanted to. It wasn't mounted. And the barrels, he had to wear gloves because the barrels would turn red hot, and if you'd ruin them if you kept shooting. So you had to unscrew a barrel and put on it. You had backup barrels. Just all kinds of stuff like that I learned from my father, who was a machine gunner in the military. But so I'll probably have to reference a 60 cal for this picture right here. It'll be a little tough. I got some comic books though that have pictures kind of like this. This is probably influenced by one of them, even the position. You know what I mean? So I'll be able to, reference stuff if I need to. But generally, there it is. It is coming together. Recognize it. Recognize that guy. Recognize that person. Who could that be? Oh my God, who could that be? Who do you think that is? Look pretty familiar. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to take a quick break because I've been at it for I don't know. When did I come on here? Like 11, 12 o'clock somewhere. 10, I don't know. So I've already been at it for 4 or 5 hours anyway. And that's that. So until next time, this is Kingdom Comics. Peace. I got another viewer. Hey, how's it going? Sorry, I'm just taking a quick break and I'm showing you page 3 is shaping right up, man. Look at that. He's like, don't worry. That guy, that thing gets messed up. Here's the original. See that guy down there? No, look at that. I'm getting so much better. Look at that. Bam. You know what I mean? It's like night and day. It's like night and day. The rest of the pic of it is kind of almost the same. This panel is now that's the panel I added. Now this panel. You know what I'm saying? How about that? Totally different angle. You know what I mean? Like here he is standing over here. That's pretty cool too, actually, with the double doors behind him. And I probably did not account for this panel and would have had to add it anyway. You know what I mean? But I'm not messing, I'm planning everything out now. Trust me. All getting planned out. No more surprises. So that panel would have had to have been, just so the viewer kind of knew what was going on. That panel would have had to have been this panel anyway, and I was already heading on the wrong track for page 3. So there's the old page 3. This is my rough. It's on newsprint. So old page 3, new page 3. Look at that. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Until next time, this is Kingdom Comics.